Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again. Welcome to another show. It's the PF pregame show. If you guys are tuned in for the very first time, you know what to do. Smash that like. If you're new to the channel, listen, smash it, hit the subscribe. Do not leave this channel. Folks, welcome to the post-game show. If you guys just watched the Eagles and the Panthers go at it, Bryce Young, the rook, the second year player, Bryce Young, took the Eagles. I mean, listen, they pushed the Eagles. The Panthers, teams aren't letting off of the Panthers, but it makes you kind of have a little hope for them, right? Bryce Young seems to have put it together. He's looking like the top quarterback draft pick that the Panthers have made. They're reaping the benefits now. So it looks like you can build around that. The Eagles, that team should have walked right through this team. Saquon should have ran all over. It shouldn't have been a competition. But it goes to show you that any given Sunday in the NFL, any team can take you right to the brink. So, folks, welcome to another edition, of the Rico Report. And this is the pregame show, right? So, I will not be joined by my boy, my man Z-Bot. These these games in the afternoon aren't working out. These afternoon games, I got my little guy right here with me. How you got a marker on your forehead? I'll never understand. But folks, we are here. If you guys have not seen the pregame deactivation list, who's active, who's not active, I've got you covered right here, right now, folks. I really thought that Keon Coleman was going to be ready for this game. I thought Keon Coleman was going to be ready. They said, no mas, not happening. Here is your list, your inactive list. We've got seven guys on the inactive list, and it looks like this. Keon Coleman leading the way. Kyer Elam also on that list. You got Eddie Ulofoshio. Obviously, he's been a name that we've seen on that list quite a few times. Will Clapp, Quentin Morris is on that list. Dalton Kincaid back on that list, and you have Jordan Phillips. What tells you is that we've got a player that's been taken off the IR list. One that I'm very excited about. That is Dwayne Carter. Dwayne Carter returns back into the lineup. What a huge add for this Buffalo Bills defense. Quentin Jefferson, Ed Oliver, Daquan Jones, Dwayne Carter, and Austin Johnson will lead the way in the middle of the trenches, the middle of that defense. So that I love to see. If you look at the tight end room, it's going to be the Zach Davidson and Dawson Knox show, right? So we're going to have those two boys ready to roll, ready to rock it. We let these boys get healthy, and we go from there. Folks, this is not a bad way to look at this. This inactive list just tells me we're getting ready for Detroit. But we got to handle business here first. So here we have it. I like this. We're getting ready for Detroit, and we're getting healthy. That's what it comes down to, folks. So if you take a look at this, here's what stands out to me. Josh Allen's going to be leading the way. The offensive line is intact, which I love. An underrated piece of this offensive line is Alec Anderson. I don't know what it is about that brother, but they often have, when you see number 70 coming on the field, good things happen. James Cook, Ray Davis, Ty Johnson, the usual suspects, Reggie Gilliam at fullback, mostly used on special teams. The receiver room, Curtis Samuel, Khalil Shakir, Mac Hollins, Mari Cooper, Jalen Virgil. Jalen Virgil, the late addition to this roster, and now on the active roster, he's going to be one of our guys, a speed guy. So don't be surprised if you see a couple plays put out for our guy, Jalen Virgil. On the defensive edge, Von Miller, Greg Rousseau, Javon Solomon, back in the lineup. AJ Epinesa, Casey Tuhill. It's so nice to see this defense become healthy again. Here's your linebacking crew. Dorian Williams, Terrell Bernard, Joe Andreessen, Buffalo Joe. he seems to be a mainstay on this roster alongside our newly added Matt Milano. On the defensive back, it is what it is. The usual suspects: Damar Hamlin, Taron Johnson, Taylor Rapp, Cole Bishop. Taylor Rapp makes his return to LA. Cole Bishop, the rookie, Brandon Codrington, the return man, Rasul Douglas, Lewis Cine. Ladies and gentlemen, Lewis Cine is going to be on the active roster. This is great. This is something I'd like to see. Lewis Cine, Cam Lewis, Jamarcus Ingram, Christian Bedford. Folks, I'm not, let me keep it all the way 100 with you. I'm actually excited to see some of these players on the field. I am actually excited to see some of these players on the field. Lewis Cine, seeing that name on that roster, we're going physical. That's what that tells me. We are going physical. I'm actually very impressed with the way that they've set this up. Now, what you will see is, you'll notice if you looked at the list here, Jordan Phillips obviously on the sideline. Dwayne Carter replaces him. I like that. I mean, we knew what Jordan Phillips was, just a filler until we got healthy, right? So he'll most likely, if everything stays the same and stays the way it is, he'll remain on the inactive list, right? So this is what we have going forward. I'm telling you right now, folks, this is as healthy as we've been. This is as healthy as we've been. We're just missing a couple key players, and we're back to normal. We're going to be right back to normal. The thing that I'll be most interested in, obviously, Keon Coleman, when he returns to the lineup, it'll be interesting to see who will be moved to the inactive list. I probably see Joe Andreessen moving, potentially. They released, obviously, Nicholas Moreau to move some and shuffle some things around. But I'll be interested to see when these two Kincaid return. Obviously, Zach Davison will go to the inactive list. Quentin Morris. I mean, there's so many moving pieces. And it's just a matter of finding places of where people will kind of find their spot. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. But Lewis Cine, this was a move that I've been anticipating. That when will this happen? When will they put him somewhere around where he is a factor on this defense? I mean, I'm sure you're going to see a lot of him on the special teams, getting downfield. He's known to be a big time tackler, big time hitter, and a former Georgia Bulldog. You know what it is, and this boy can lay the lumber. So you're going to see a lot of him on special teams, covering kicks, covering punts. Lovely to see. So that's what it's going to look like today, folks, in terms of the inactive, active list and who's going to be on the field. The Bills are in LA. The Bills are in LA. We're interested in seeing what will take place. Vegas hasn't moved their lines much. They haven't moved their lines much. They got the Bills 3.5. To me, I've seen higher lines with tougher matchups. So they see this game as not a blow through, a walkthrough. They feel like the Rams at home can do a lot of damage. Now, here's the big thing that's been reported, and quite wild if you want to ask me. They're right now talking about the Bills right now. Obviously, we travel well. Everyone knows that the Bills travel extremely well, but the Bills have filled the stadium according to, and I'm going to look for the information online here, but according to news reports, 47% of that SoFi Stadium will be filled with Bills fans. How absolutely wild is that? 47%. And I got to make certain that I'm referring to the right numbers here, but incredible how a team can just take over a stadium like that. Like, you walk into somebody else's house and say, yeah, I got next. And we're about to cheer. To the point where they've got the LA Rams having to do silent count at home. Silent count at home. And you hear reports, well, they're so used to doing that because it's LA and everybody does that. And every team travels well, especially going to LA because it's a destination, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that's a home team nonetheless. That is a home team nonetheless. And you're sitting here telling me that that's what's going to go down? You're going to allow 47% of your fan base to absolutely take over? That is absolutely wild to me. But you know what? That's what you get when you have a team like the Bills that do everything well organizationally. And let me share my screen so you guys can see that ain't no cap happening right here. So here it is. 47%, folks. 47%. Out of 74,000 fans, man, you got 47% of Bills fans going to be attending this game, which is absolutely wild to me. But you know what? That's what you get when you have a franchise like we do, right? You have guys that will travel. There are people that I know personally that listen. I've had this game on my calendar forever. I'm going to LA. We're going to watch this game, and that exactly what they're doing. SoFi Stadium is going to be packed with damn near half the stadium filled with Bills fans. Absolutely wild. And it's not like it's just next door. You're going coast to coast. You're going from one coast to the other. So salute to the Bills Mafia. They travel well, and it's known. And that's exactly what's taking place today. So you absolutely love to see it. So here's the deal, folks. Why does Vegas, and this is the big question for me, why does Vegas have this game being somewhat close? Why? All right. And that's a big question that's got me wondering, like, what's the deal? Like, what am I missing here? Are they expecting the Bills to just kind of falter? Is it one of those games where it's like, you know what, they've been doing so well that they're bound to have one of those games where they just don't do well? But we had that already. We had that when we faced the Baltimore Ravens back in week 4. So what's with this whole situation of we're waiting for the Bills to fall off? Is that the case? I wonder, right? So friend of the show, we have NFL news stats, NFL ref stats, excuse me. He comes in and it drops some information for us I'd like to share with you guys as we're sitting here chatting it up. So the Buffalo Bills and Rams officiating cheat sheet. Here it goes. Craig Rolstad and his crew are number 3 in penalties per game average. So this might be a penalty fest. So we have to be what? Discipline. Discipline is going to be the name of the game when it comes to this Bills-Rams game, right? This crew is going to be focused a lot around the line of scrimmage, all right? Delay of games, number 1 defensive off. They're number 1 in defensive offsides. They're number 2 in ineligible man downfield. So this comes down to being focused, knowing what your job is, being where you're supposed to be, and let's not jeopardize our team, right? They're also above average in special teams penalties. For crying out loud, this team is just this crew is a penalty calling machine. They call it a disproportionate percentage of their penalties on first and second down, but only 14% of the penalties are on third down. So they say, hey man, I'll let the boys play on third down. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Now, home underdogs like the Rams are 21-38, 36% with Wolstat as referee since 2016. The area where something has to give. Here's where it comes down. And this is information coming from our guy, the news ref stats. He comes in and says, hey, Rams offense is a top 3 beneficiary of automatic first down penalties, especially via defensive pass interference. So we don't have Kaiir Elam that's going to be sitting here holding, right? So this is where us playing zone could help us in this area. So we'll see. They got 2 great receivers on that squad, so they're going to be pushing us, right? This offense picks the timely penalties to advance the ball. That will be key on Sunday, according to our guys here at Ref Stats. Now, the Bills, on the other hand, ranked 31st, surrendering automatic first down penalties. They're giving up nothing, right? This is why that zone defense that we have do extremely well for us. So the Bills have a solid record with Rolstat, so that's good. 2 losses in the recent seasons with the crew occurred in dramatic fashion. The Hail Murray, that was them back in 2020. The fumble loss against the Vikings. Godly, you guys remember that one? That was a tough loss. And obviously the Bills are 2-0. SNU, ATS, I'm not sure what that is, with these guys last year. So most recent, 31-10 dismantling of the Dallas Cowboys. That was Wolstat. So I guess they seem to have a little something for us on our side. Well, Rams' most recent win with Wolstat obviously was involved in a controversial 4th quarter Lions game. Oh, back in January. Oh yeah, it's a wild card game. Anyway, that being said, officiated games averaging 44 points a game. So could this be a high scoring game? This is around I've seen people say 27-24 Bills around that mark. So we'll see how it all shakes out. So Rams, I mean, this guy seems to like the Rams more than most, have waited for them to kick off. So we'll see how this all plays out at the end of the day. Prediction, he says 27-23 Rams. That's his prediction here. Now, I had to read this off to you guys to kind of give you an idea of what we're in store for today. So according to the way this guy refs or his crew, there's going to be some flags. There's going to be some flags. So we've got to be disciplined. And that's one of the biggest things that we talk about these Bills winning. For us to have success, for us to do what needs to be done to win, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. And that typically is what kills us, right? We're ready to get these guys off the field. It's 3rd and 9. We make a big defensive stop, and it's defensive holding. So those are the things that kill us. Those penalties that award the opposition a first down without them earning it. This is where we are going to have to be really on top of our business, knowing where we're supposed to be, and just putting pressure. Now, what I love about what's going down here is we should, in hindsight, our defensive front should be able to I wouldn't call it dominate, but we should be able to put a lot of pressure on this Rams team. We've got to be, I'm going to use the word again, disciplined in this facet as well, because anytime your defensive front is charged up, ready to go, and without control, you're susceptible to getting gashed with a screenplay. They have a receiving back in Kyren Williams. He's not known for a guy that is there to catch the football, but he can. He's very well capable. So if we're charged up, ready to go, we've got to be on top of our business, knowing that, hey, hold on. And I've heard this before. If it looks too easy, pull out. If it looks too easy, pull out. Meaning, if that old line says, ole, go ahead and get my quarterback, and it's that easy, bro, you better stop in your tracks, look back for that running back, and get to the ball, right? Or keep your eyes on that quarterback. That's exactly what we need. So this will be one of those fun games to watch. And I'll say it once and I'll say it again. This is not one of those games where we're just going to sit here and blow through these guys. Matthew Stafford is a vet guy. He knows what it feels like to lose. He's been part of a losing franchise when the Lions weren't doing diddly squat, even when they had Megatron. He finally went to a franchise that did win and won the Super Bowl. And he's been in this game a long time. So there's not a whole lot he hasn't seen. But what he doesn't realize is this Bills team, bro, we're destined. We're destined to go far. We're destined to do extremely well. And listen, that 10-2 record didn't come by luck. That 10-2 record did not come by luck. This game should be one of those games where we should handle business. Now, my man Cody is like, are you calling this a trap game? Is this a trap game? I feel like we're too late in the season to be trapped by games like this. I think we're too late into the season where we've gotten healthy. We're not in the middle where we're not sure of who we are. I feel that the Bills understand exactly who they are. I understand what kind of mentality they have. And there's not a whole lot that should be able to trap them. Their mentality this year so far has always been one game at a time, respect your opponent, and let's go. And that's exactly what it is. So my man, Arola said, yo, the Bills are going to be playing possum. Like I said, listen, man, there are moments where we got to make sure that we gain what the opposition is doing, right? Allow them to give us what they want to do or try to dictate themselves in the first half. Gather the information, get what you need to know, and then once you get into that locker room, boys know exactly what needs to happen second half. Let's roll. Let's make our adjustments, and away we go. Here's the big one. The big thing here is you got a coach in Sean McVay that does the same thing. He's very good at making adjustments in the second half as well. So this is going to be a big old chess match between Sean McVay, the offensive guru, the offensive genius, with a defensive genius in Sean McDermott. So this should be a good one. I got a comment, C-Dot, saying this is a Josh legacy game. Is it? Is this a Josh legacy game? I mean, most folks might say Josh is going home. He's back in Cali. He's from California. Fireball. I mean, so could this be like a legacy game? I don't call it a legacy game. I think this is just another game for Josh, and he's made it very clear he don't play that game. Hey, by the way, just in 27-14, Steelers take down the Browns. There goes that. I'm looking at to see what's going on here. Golly, the Giants are pushing on the Saints. We knew that game was going to be a garbage game anyway, so that's a close one. But let's talk about more this game and what's going to take. What is it going to take for these Bills to win? What bold predictions do you see happening? What do you not want to see happen? And we go from there. Here's the deal. I'm going to reiterate a lot of the things I said in our pregame on Friday with my guy Zebot. A lot of this game is going to come down to making your converting on your third downs. We've been doing such a great job of making things happen. You got to keep going. So keep coming in and making things happen, right? Third downs are your big ones. Do not fall into the 3rd and 9s, the 3rd and 12s, and just goofing off and taking penalties. Bro, we can't have it. All right, we got to do what needs to be done. Continue to convert, and we'll be fine. We're killing the clock. We got the run game. Let's roll. Now, defensively, on the Rams side, they're not very good at stopping the run. Neither are the Bills. But as of late, we have been, except for that snowy game that was bad for everyone. Now, we have the ability to run the football on these boys, right? So look for James Cook and Ray Davis to contribute heavily into this game, and look for us to I want to be able to open this game up and start fast. And how do we start? Establish yourself. You got to establish yourself in the trenches. And this is where the trench matters. O-line has been playing phenomenal ball. Josh has not been sacked in 2 games straight. He's looking great. He's the least sacked quarterback in the game. I don't see this changing. Jared Verse, Fisk, good defensive lineman. But I think I pick our guys over them. I'm always in the remember who we have, right? They got some good guys on that squad, but I like who we have on this side. All right. Now, the big thing for me before this game starts in the next 5-6 minutes, the big thing for me, I need to see guys go off. I think this might be, I was talking about Amari Cooper going off, right? Amari Cooper being the guy, and he's been so silent. This might be the game he goes off. Yo, Dawson Knox might have his game of his career in this one. Dawson with Kincaid on the sideline, playing turf, where most guys are going to be focused on Amari Cooper and the Khalil Shakirs. And this moment here, this is where you might have guys like Dawson Knox take off. Quentin Morris sitting on the sideline. They're only going with two tight ends, and Dawson Knox and Zach Davidson. Shoot, Dawson Knox might go off, man. But it all starts with protecting our guy behind center, and that's my man Josh. By the way, I got Blanton saying, yo, Curtis Samuel sighting. Listen, man, anybody can go off in this offense. And this is the beautiful thing about getting the ball thrown to you by Josh Allen. Josh Allen, don't care who you are. I don't care what number you wear. You wear number 13, I got you. You wear number 1, I got you. It don't matter. He'll look for you. He'll find you. So my question for y'all, before I let you go and let you get on to my man Pierre, what bold predictions do you have? What hot predictions do you have? And hot takes? And what is your score prediction for this game? As we get into that, I got my man Zachary Cap coming in and say, hey, looking forward to seeing the post-game dancing tonight. Love you guys. See you after the game. Yo, bro, I will see you after the game for sure. We got to get this thing cracking. And it's a big one, man. I've waited all day. I watched some decent games. You know what time it is, man. We waiting for the big game to show up, and that's the Bills and Rams. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. Right now it's 4th and 15. And the Saints, I don't know what just happened, but the Saints just won the game. They missed a field goal. Is that what it is? I can't see my TV from here. There you go. They had a chance to tie the game, and the Giants pull a Giants thing and miss the kick. That's why they get on kickers' butts, right? You got one job, kid. Kick it through the damn uprights. Oh, it got blocked? There you go. I'm looking at it now. Number 90. Number 90, big boy, hops over the lineman and stretches it. Bro, this is why I love the NFL, man. It don't matter who you are, make a play. Make a freaking play. And that's exactly what he did for his team, man. That's exactly what he did. So, what do we got? I got my man Rob says, Russo is going to have 3 sacks today. I can totally see it. All right, listen. Matthew Stafford has been sacked 28 times this year. So he can and will be sacked. So let's get after it. Greg Rousseau, 3 sacks. I'll take it. Now, the 90 just jumped over that, man. That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right. What else do you guys have for in terms of hot takes? before I pass it on to my man, P Money, to take over the live show. Bold prediction. Here's my bold prediction. I'll tell you right now. Bold prediction. Bold prediction. We're going up against the Rams. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Josh Allen has one of those games again. All right. Josh Allen, 2 passing touchdowns. You know what? 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing touchdown. All right. You know he's going to get a rushing. I'm going to give him 3 passing touchdowns. All three, because I want this to happen. All 3 go to Amari Cooper. I think then that's my hot take on top of that. Josh Allen has a ball-out game, but Amari Cooper, this is the Amari Cooper game. 3 touchdown receptions for Amari Cooper, and I love to see it. And by the way, the defense comes through again. We keep the Rams under 17 points today. We keep the Rams under 17 points. We continue to cement ourselves as one of the better defenses, scoring defenses in the game. We keep them under 17. Under 10 would be even better. But under 17, with all that firepower they have with Cooper Kupp, Nacua, Kyren Williams, all that, I hope we take care of business. So that, folks, is my time. This game's about to start very soon. My man CJ says, yo, Allen will solidify his MVP with today and next week versus the Lions. The Lions is the big one. That's the big one. That's the big one. I'm looking forward to seeing Lewis Cine today. We haven't seen this brother active on this roster for a minute. Dwayne Carter returns. Would love to see Dwayne Carter back in the rotation to stifle that run defense. That'll be great. Matt Milano shows up in his second game alongside Terrell Bernard. Those 2 boys are going to go off. DeMar Hamlin's playing good ball. The Rams safety, former Rams safety, Taylor Rapp returns to LA. Bro, this seems like this is the game. This seems like this might be the game where we really look like the dominant team. Love to see it, but always respect your opponent. And the Rams are fighting just as hard. They're trying to make this playoffs. They're trying to get into the thick of things. They're 6-6 right now. It's our job to spoil that and make them drop down to 6-7, and we move up to our 11th win. And with that 11th win, it gives the Bills head coach, Sean McDermott, his 5th straight 11-win season, which puts him amongst some of the great head coaches in this game. Tom Landry, Bill Belichick, Andy Reid. I feel like I'm missing one more. But you see it. It's right there, right? Tony Dungy. Gotta love it. Folks, the game is about to start. We'll catch you on the flip side. Listen, exciting games took place today. You gotta love it. We're looking forward to seeing what these Chargers are gonna do against these Chiefs later tonight. But we've got things we gotta handle, folks. We got things we gotta handle. So afternoon slate games. The Dolphins are going into overtime with the Jets, 26-26. The Laughing Bowl. The game just started with the Seahawks and Cardinals, right? The Bills are about to start very shortly. We got a 49ers-Bears game starting. Chargers and Chiefs at 9. Saints win. Jaguars win. Terrible games. 10-6 for the Jags. 14-11 Saints. The Vikings absolutely trounced the Falcons. Kirk Cousins throws 2 picks. Nasty game for Kirk. Yikes. Eagles barely get away with one against the Panthers, but they did. The Steelers beat down the Browns, and the Raiders look like the Raiders. Buccaneers 28-13. Folks, that's it for me. We'll see you guys post-game with my guy Z-Bot. Enjoy the game. Go Bills. Let's whoop that tail, and let's take care of business against these guys. Listen, we're on the road. It's a tough one, but you know what time it is, man. Your best have to show up in these moments. So that being said, we'll catch you guys again after. Go Bills, and let's get this win, baby. Let's get this win, and we'll see you guys after the fact. Until next time, it's your boy Rico, Buffalo Fanatics. Catch you on the flip side. Peace.